Hi guys, so in just a minute I'm going to demonstrate a few of my favorite exercises to help restore the cervical curve, the curve in the neck, and the natural lordosis that we should all have. But very briefly, just a few pointers on why this is so important. So the first thing is the cervical curve is part of a system that generates information to go to our brain, and in particular to our vestibular center that controls balance and coordination. So what we observe is that in older patients who lose that curve, they also tend to lose their balance and have a really hard time maintaining that. They're more prone to falls and injuries as a result. And we know that the neck plays a role in this. So just for balance and coordination and basic safety, we want to maintain that curve. Then also, when our head goes forward, the muscles in the front of the neck, we call these the accessory muscles of respiration, they become dominant. They get really strong and really tight. What happens with that is we start to breathe from the upper chest. Well, we don't want that. We want to be breathing, of course, more from our belly. The reason for this is when we breathe from our upper chest, we're really stimulating that sympathetic nervous system that puts us in more of a fight or flight mode. So it's more of a stressed mode neurologically. Makes it more difficult for us to sleep and relax, or for our heads to sort of calm down and for thoughts to calm down. We don't want to be stuck in that mode. Breathing from the belly stimulates the large parasympathetic nerve centers around the abdomen, and that's going to stimulate, again, this parasympathetic rest or relax mode neurologically that makes it easier for us to rest, to sleep, to relax, and even to digest properly. A lot of functions of the body become more comfortable when we're more in that parasympathetic mode. That's another reason why the cervical curve is ultimately so important. So these exercises are going to move our head back and forth and bring back that movement pattern of extension that brings the head back. It's also going to strengthen the muscles in the back of the neck, which really need to get stronger. When our head is forward for a long time, they become weaker as these muscles in the front become dominant. So we need them to become stronger, and we need their tone to increase so that they're working a little bit harder all the time in the background without us noticing it. This is an important principle of good posture for us. Good posture should be very easy, very natural, and we shouldn't have to think about it all the time. If we have to think about it a lot, it's not going to work. We're going to have other things to do and we're going to forget about it. So we need this to become really automatic. So we need strong muscles for that. Okay, and then finally, another reason why this curve is so important is that if we've had our posture flexed forward and our head forward for a really long time, we know, and this is extremely predictable, we're going to see pressure and degeneration in the lower part of the neck. So around C5, C6, when we take an x-ray, we see those vertebrae becoming more flat, the discs becoming damaged, and then eventually little bony protrusions start to form. This is because of something that's called Wolff's Law, and it's a principle in anatomy and physiology and biomechanics that says that where you put more pressure on bone, it will try to build itself stronger to handle the pressure, which is a very logical, intelligent thing for the body to do. But unfortunately, when that happens in the neck at that particular spot, it doesn't help us. It creates arthritis, which ultimately is going to limit our movement and our ability to function normally. And then eventually it's going to put pressure on the spinal cord or on spinal nerves and create further symptoms and problems for us. So it's a smart adaptation on the part of the body, but it's an adaptation to something that is itself pathological, which is the poor posture that should just be corrected in the first place. So it's not really something we can adapt very well to. We really just need to fix it. So let's go into the exercises to get this going. Okay, here we go. So I am on the floor, and if you can't tell in what I'm about to do, I'm going to be on my hands and knees. So again, a real simple movement of the head. Or from this angle. Notice one thing, I'm not doing this. This is not a cat stretch, so we're only moving the head and the neck. That's it. So in the beginning, just 2 or 3 minutes in the morning, 2 or 3 minutes in the evening, and again, just moving the head and neck. And you might feel some movement in the mid-back, and that's great because this can help unlock the movement of our mid-back as well. But we're not trying to do that. We're just trying to move the head all the way back into extension and hold it for a few seconds so those muscles can work hard, and then back down and back up again. You're going to want to do this slowly. If you have a lot of cervical problems or degeneration, it's possible this could make you feel a little dizzy. So if that happens, I would slow it down or stop and only do just a very little bit. Do what you're comfortable with. If it's uncomfortable, if it's painful, slow it down or stop and come talk to me about it, and we can find something else for you to do. Here's another one of my favorites that we do standing, and this one brings in a little bit of hand-eye coordination as well. It's a little bit more dynamic. So the way we do this is we're going to bring one arm out straight in front of us with the thumb up, and we're going to be watching our thumb as we bring our arm back and up slightly. So from this angle, the arm comes back and up as we follow the thumb with our eyes. Here.